everyone! The uncertain impact of a Sussex return, Harry's potential effect on the monarchy. The possibility of Harry and Meghan Markle returning to the royal fold remains a topic of fervent debate among royal commentators and the public alike. Such a move, were it to happen, could have far-reaching implications for the monarchy, creating both opportunities and significant challenges. According to royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams, a return by Harry and Meghan could spark renewed interest in the monarchy, particularly among younger demographics and Commonwealth nations, who might currently feel disconnected from or disillusioned with the royal family. However, this prospect is not without its drawbacks. The couple's presence would likely provoke a polarizing effect, creating a deep divide among royal supporters and raising questions about the stability and focus of the royal institution. From one perspective, the return of Harry and Meghan Markle could be viewed as a strategic opportunity for the monarchy to rejuvenate its image and reconnect with those who have grown skeptical or disengaged. Younger generations, in particular, have shown a declining interest in the monarchy, often perceiving it as an outdated institution that struggles to align with modern values. Harry and Meghan, with their outspokenness on issues such as mental health, racial equality, and social justice, could offer a more relatable and progressive image of royalty that appeals to this audience. Similarly, in the Commonwealth, where discussions about republicanism and the relevance of the monarchy are increasingly common, the couple's return could be seen as a move toward modernization. Meghan's mixed-race heritage and American background, combined with their activism, could serve to demonstrate a more inclusive and globally minded royal family. This would potentially provide a fresh perspective and breathe new life into an institution that often appears distant from contemporary societal concerns. However, this potential benefit is contingent on several factors: Harry and Meghan's willingness to work within the framework of royal duties, their commitment to the broader mission of the monarchy, and their ability to refrain from the controversies that have characterized their departure from the family. Without a demonstrable shift in behavior and focus, their return could easily backfire, reinforcing negative perceptions and widening existing divisions. Despite the potential benefits, there is a strong counter-argument that Harry and Meghan's return would create significant friction within the royal family and among its supporters. Many of the monarchy's most ardent supporters have been critical of the couple's conduct since their departure, viewing their public statements and actions as self-serving, divisive, and damaging to the royal institution. These supporters would likely see Harry and Meghan's reappearance at royal events as a distraction from the serious work of the royal family, perceiving it as an unwelcome intrusion. Public disapproval of the Sussexes has already been demonstrated in recent years. During King Charles's coronation last year, for example, Harry's attendance was met with a muted and at times openly hostile reception from segments of the British public. The release of Harry's memoir, Spare, which included numerous criticisms of his family members and detailed private grievances, only exacerbated the situation. For many, the book served as further evidence of the couple's perceived lack of respect for the institution and their unwillingness to reconcile without continuing to air grievances. If Harry and Meghan were to return without making significant efforts to repair the damage caused by their previous actions, it could deepen public resentment. Their presence might be seen as a betrayal of the values that many believe the royal family should uphold: discretion, duty, and a focus on the collective good over individual interests. In this scenario, rather than rejuvenating the monarchy, their return could weaken public trust and loyalty, causing more harm than good. Beyond the public's response, the logistics of Harry and Meghan's reintegration into the royal family would be fraught with complexity. Their return would require navigating delicate family dynamics that have been strained, if not entirely fractured, over the past few years. There would be questions about how they would fit back into the established hierarchy, what roles they would assume, and how their presence would impact the relationships between other senior royals, particularly Prince William and Kate, the Princess of Wales. Harry's recent solo visits to the UK, including his attendance at a funeral alongside his brother William, suggest a tentative rapprochement. However, these visits have been notably low profile and brief, lacking any indication of a full-scale reconciliation. Sources close to Harry indicate that he is content with his current life in the United States, where he feels safer and more comfortable. For any return to the royal fold to be successful, both he and Meghan would need to demonstrate a clear commitment to repairing relationships and contributing positively to the family's public work. The royal family would also need to weigh the risks and rewards of such a move. Welcoming Harry and Meghan back into the fold could be seen as a magnanimous gesture, but it could also be perceived as capitulating to a couple who have at times, seemed intent on undermining the family's credibility. Moreover, there would be a genuine concern that any private discussions or disagreements could once again be turned into a public spectacle, further eroding the trust between the Sussexes and the rest of the family. Should Harry and Meghan return, the monarchy would face a significant test of its resilience and adaptability. The institution would need to demonstrate that it can withstand and manage the public relations challenges that its return would inevitably bring. This could prove to be an opportunity for the monarchy to show its capacity for forgiveness, inclusion, and unity in the face of adversity. However, it would also be a test of whether the royal family can maintain its core values and principles without compromising its integrity. If the Sussexes' return were perceived as a desperate attempt to regain favor with a more diverse or younger audience, it could undermine the family's standing and suggest a lack of conviction in its traditional roles and responsibilities. The return of Harry and Meghan would require a careful balancing act, maintaining the dignity and continuity of the monarchy while showing that it is capable of evolving and embracing new approaches. This would not be easy, especially given the deeply polarized views on the couple within the UK and abroad. A significant factor complicating any potential return to the UK is Harry's stated belief that the country is unsafe for his family. Since their departure, the Sussexes have made it clear that they perceive significant security risks associated with being in the UK. This belief is rooted in their experiences with the British press and their concerns about the paparazzi culture, which they feel endangers their safety and privacy. For Harry, these safety concerns are not just logistical challenges, but deeply personal fears that affect his mental health and sense of security. The memory of his mother, Princess Diana, and the circumstances of her tragic death loom large in his consciousness. These traumatic memories have undoubtedly shaped his views on media intrusion and have contributed to his reluctance to return to a place where he feels his family could be at risk. Yet, if Harry and Meghan wish to reintegrate into the royal fold, they will need to reconcile these safety concerns with the realities of public life as royals. This may involve negotiations around security arrangements or finding new ways to engage with the public while maintaining their safety. A return without addressing these fears would likely be unsustainable, leading to further tension and possible conflict. Harry and Meghan's return could also have significant implications for the monarchy's relationship with the Commonwealth. The couple's departure in 2020 left a vacuum in terms of royal engagement with many of the Commonwealth nations, particularly those where younger populations and marginalized communities felt a connection to Meghan's diverse background and her progressive stances. For these groups, Harry and Meghan's return could be interpreted as a sign that the monarchy is willing to embrace a more diverse and inclusive future. Their involvement could help reinvigorate interest in the Commonwealth and its connection to the British Crown, potentially staving off Republican sentiments that have been growing in recent years. However, the flip side of this is that many within the Commonwealth could view their return with suspicion. For some, it might appear as a cynical move to regain favor and influence rather than a genuine commitment to the values and causes that Harry and Meghan have espoused. The royal family would need to tread carefully, ensuring that any such return is seen as a step towards meaningful engagement rather than a superficial attempt to win back lost ground. Reflecting on the possibility of Harry and Meghan's return to the royal family, it is clear that the path is fraught with complexities and contradictions. On the one hand, their return could offer a unique opportunity for the monarchy to modernize and expand its appeal to younger and more diverse audiences. On the other hand, the risks associated with such a move, public backlash, family tensions, and the potential for further controversy cannot be underestimated. For Harry and Meghan, the dilemma lies in choosing between two competing desires: the desire for independence and control over their narrative, and the desire for reconciliation and belonging within the royal family. To achieve the latter, they would need to make significant concessions, including a commitment to privacy, discretion, and a renewed focus on service over self-promotion. For the royal family, the challenge would be to welcome them back without compromising its principles or alienating its core supporters. This would require a delicate balancing act, one that involves both generosity of spirit and firmness in upholding the standards that define the institution. In conclusion, the potential return of Harry and Meghan to the royal fold is a complex issue with no clear or easy answers. It is a decision that would likely polarize the public, divide royal supporters, and test the resilience and adaptability of the monarchy itself. Whether their return would prove to be a boon or a burden remains an open question, one that depends largely on the attitudes and actions of all parties involved. If handled with care, Harry and Meghan's return could indeed bring renewed interest and engagement with the monarchy, particularly among those who currently feel disillusioned. However, if approached without sufficient preparation, understanding, and mutual respect, it could also exacerbate existing divisions and further damage the royal family's public standing. Ultimately, the decision to return, and the conditions under which it might occur, rests with Harry and Meghan themselves, as well as with the royal family. It is a choice that requires careful consideration, honest dialogue, and a willingness to acknowledge past mistakes while looking toward the future. Only time will tell whether such a reconciliation is possible or even desirable. But one thing is certain, any return by the Sussexes will be closely watched, heavily debated, and will inevitably shape the future course of the British monarchy. Thank you everyone for watching our video. That's the main content today. Now I want to hear your opinion. Please comment below to share with me and everyone. I hope you will like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Goodbye and see you.